Hey friends, welcome to episode 4 of my Hitless series. We're playing Stellar Blade on the minimum presets using a mod, link is in the description. We're playing on normal and our goal is to get a perfect Hitless run, so let's jump in. Here's our PB from last time, in case you missed it, but we're gonna go ahead and reset that and try to do better today, hopefully. So into Abaddon we go. But today's episode, hold on, are my buttons working? They are, awesome. Today's episode is called Fresh Fluids, and the reason I'm titling it that is because I am doing an oil change very soon. In fact, by the time that you see this video, I will have already done it. So, I'm excited because I'm trying out Costco's brand of oil, their Kirkland brand, for the first time. And, you know, I watched the Project Farm video on it. If you've ever been shopping for tools, you know who Project Farm is. Their videos are very good, highly recommend. Very unbiased, thorough testing videos of all sorts of tools and different products. So, dodge that. Let's get in there with our shield breaker. So if you've got an oil preference, or if you usually like to just change oil at the dealer or something, or like a Jiffy Lube type of place, let me know. And if I'm the person reminding you, like, hey, you should remember when's the last time you changed your car's oil, I'm happy to be of service. But for anybody who does not change their own oil, honestly, look into it. It's pretty easy to do. It depends on the car, depends on the brand, right? Like, you know, some German cars can be more involved with changing the oil. But like on any Japanese car, it's very easy to do. If your car has a screw-on oil filter, it's even easier. I've never had a car like that. It's always been cartridge style, where you just replace the element inside. But yeah, with the money that you save by doing it yourself, first of all, it's just a good skill to know that you can pass on to your kids or whatever. You can help friends with it if you are into doing that. You know, I'll help my friends with car stuff anytime they need. But yeah, with the money that you save, you can get yourself an extra game this holiday season. You could get yourself Stellar Blade basically for free. 1 and 2, 3. Or, if there's nothing that you want for yourself, you can get a gift for a friend, you know? 1, 2, 3. There's the 1 and 2, 3. I'm gonna kill him with triplets. Wait, where's my gun? I think I tried to aim cancel there, but it failed. Also, it seems I've dropped a couple frames. I apologize. It was probably during Abaddon. That'll happen sometimes. And it's funny because I did my usual test. Right before I record these videos, I always do a quick test. I'll just fight Abaddon. I'll start a recording just to make sure it doesn't skip frames there, but it still happens. Now, something that I think it might be is Windows 11, which I abhor, as I've talked about on stream a few times. Windows 11 likes to do, well, I used to use Bitdefender for my antivirus, and then I switched to Defender just to try it because my friends were like, oh yeah, it's a mature software now, it's pretty good, you should use Defender. So I've been using Defender and it's fine, except I don't like how there's like frequent, I don't know, maybe like it's once a day or something, but they do quick scans without me asking them to do that. So I can't like stop them. I tried going through like the task scheduler. That didn't work for me. It still does the quick scans. And I think what's happening is it'll do them while I'm recording sometimes, or also just while I'm streaming. So that might be why I randomly have like, you know, my performance tank, which is pretty obnoxious. If you are using Windows 11, I'm sorry. We're in the same boat. But if you know about this, like the automatic scans, 1, 2, and you know how to disable them, please let me know. I would actually love that because I've searched, I've checked all sorts of Reddit threads. I cannot find anything. 1 and 2. Oh, I took a hit there. That's unfortunate. But that's okay. I don't feel like restarting. Okay, let's lock in here for the rest of Gigas, because we should not be taking hits this early. 1. But yeah, I'm coming off of a very long Rebirth stream last night. It was super fun. We are at the point of no return. No spoilers, don't worry. But I got to the point of no return, and so I went back to do side content. That's what my last stream was, and yeah, it was very fun. We did like all the big side quests. I've got a bunch of side quests still left to do, so I'm going to try to do them before my next Rebirth stream, whenever that happens. But yeah, I've been loving the game. Highly recommend. If you don't know about Final Fantasy, because I get some questions sometimes in chat about it, some folks might be like, oh, I don't know where to start. In reality, you can start anywhere with any game. If any game that you think looks cool, that's a Final Fantasy game, you can just jump into that one. It doesn't matter which one it is. They are all their own. It's like an anthology style series where they're all their own thing. Some games, like 10, 13, they have direct sequels, but don't worry about that. Just, if one looks cool to you, just play it. If you want to start with FF7 Remake, just play it. And you'll have a great time. Especially now, around Black Friday deals time, you can get these games pretty cheap. You can always get Remake and Rebirth as like a twin pack for, you know, pretty good deals. One and two. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, that was close. We barely interrupted him there because he was airborne. You know what's cool about that attack too? If you are airborne at all, you will dodge it. That unblockable. So what's cool is that even if you're only airborne from doing an Onslaught 1, for example, that still counts. Gonna go ahead and down him. Do a rush chain. Nope, don't do that. 1 and 2. Down him again. 1 and 2. This should kill. That's Stalker. And while we're on the subject of maintenance, you know, oil changes, blah, 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 I also cleaned out my PC very recently, like earlier this week, which I don't know how often you guys clean your PCs. If you'd like to chime in, I also love to hear about that kind of stuff. Like, how often do you clean your tower if you have a PC tower? You know, I have a cat, so my room gets quite dusty. There's like his hair all over the place. So I probably got to clean my PC out more often than the average person who doesn't have pets. But I try to do it, you know, like 2 to 3 times a year. Usually twice a year, if I'm being realistic. So, yeah, I had to, you know, I ran out of compressed air, so I went to Walmart, picked up a can. Every time you buy a can of compressed air from Walmart, they have to check your ID, because if you're like under 21, I think, or under 18 or under 21, I don't know. But they got to check your ID. Because apparently people abuse compressed air, and they, like, use it to get high or something. So I remember the first time it happened to me, I was like, it was a very long time ago. But the lady was like, "Are you a duster?" And I was thinking like, I don't know what this lady's talking about, but I guess I am a duster. And she's like, "Oh no, let me see your teeth." And I was like, I showed her, I smiled, and she's like, "You're not a duster." So I guess that's what they call them apparently. Dusters, which is funny. It sounds almost derogatory. Go ahead and dodge this. Interrupt that. Probably gonna do another invisible attack right here. Yep, there it was. 1 shield break. Here's the big overhead. Nice. I'll down him. I would like a blink. Can you do a blink for me, buddy? Dodge and wait for his foot and dodge. I'll do a chain reflection 1. We're out of interrupts now, so hopefully he doesn't do anything weird. Big jump and dodge. Nice. And that's Juggernaut. So yeah, anyway, it's very satisfying to clean out my PC. One thing I want to do at some point with my PC is cable manage it. If you are a channel member, then you've probably seen my PC setup, my streaming setup tour. And yeah, my cables aren't very organized. It's a bit of a cable forest, as one of you guys put very kindly. That made me laugh a lot. But my cable forest is out of control, not just in my room, but in my PC as well, especially once I got my new graphics card that I bought just to stream Stellar Blade better, with the highest textures and all that. I had to remove a piece inside my case to accommodate the longer graphics card because it's a bit bigger than my 3080. So my 5070 Ti was just a little bit longer, and I had to remove a cable management plate. And removing that, it made the cables even worse. So if you look at the backside of my case, it is quite messy. So at some point, I like to do that. Whenever I build a new PC, I'm going to come back and make this one look more beautiful. 1. And hopefully by the time I do build another PC, 1 and 2, 3, 4. By the time I do that, I hope that Steam OS has gotten like more compatibility where I can just put it on my machine. Because this PC that I'm using now is an Intel NVIDIA machine. 1 and 2, 3. And currently, if you put Steam OS on non-AMD hardware, it's not as great of an experience. I don't even know if it's doable. But yeah, I know that Bazite is another popular option. Bazite is something I'd be interested in playing with too. I just would like to get... Dodge. I'd like to just get Windows off of this PC and make it a dedicated... Basically my own Steam machine. So... And I can, you know, let my fiance use it, put it in my... like future living room. Whenever me and my fiance do find a place to live. Nice. I don't like that Taki opened with that. Also, I messed up my splits. We should be on Taki. There we go. Do a repulse. Do a repulse. 1. There we go. That's what I wanted. This should get close. Okay, that's Taki. So yeah, 1 hit so far, just on Gigas. Not bad, pretty happy. If you are somebody running Linux for gaming, or using something like Bazite, let me know how your experience was, because I am truly, truly interested. You know, my current build is still relevant enough, I can play everything on it. The only reason I had to upgrade my graphics card was just that I just did not have enough VRAM. You know, the 3080 Founders Edition coming with only 10 gigawatts of VRAM is so criminal. If they just gave it 12, I probably would not have had to upgrade at all. I would have just been fine. But, you know, I'm loving my new card. I'm happy I bought it. I get to just crank up, you know, texture resolution as much as I want. Dodge. And blink. So yeah, having 16 gigs of VRAM is very nice. 1, 2. But anyway, I know that my 3080 would still be good. 1, 2, because I mean the Steam machine is shipping with only 8 gigs of VRAM, which, you know, sounds like not very much, because it really isn't very much. But I'm sure 1 and dodge. I'm sure that there's some kind of optimizations there. Like Valve is smart, you know, with how much they've developed Proton, the translation layer, and all that. I'm sure that they'll get away with using only 8 gigs. But yeah. I'm sure, like, Valve is smart. I'm sure they'll make it work somehow. One and 2, 3. I'm gonna break the rest of his shields. We haven't dropped any more frames, right? No, we're good. Good interrupt. 1, 2. Dodge that. Okay, now we go in for another shield break. And then another one. That's a broken shield. Awesome. We have an overdrive on deck. Depends on what he does. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll down him. That was a lot of damage. Nice. And further on the subject of maintenance and stuff like that, you know, I've been playing in the maintenance menu of my CRT behind me that I love talking about. And, you know, I've played with the image a little bit. I've made it look better. I'm very happy with it. But when I'm playing games that have boxes on screen, you know, I've noticed that my screen is tilted slightly to the right. Like, you know how on modern phones, if you take a photo, you can adjust the tilt, and just like you can adjust it by little degrees. It's probably like 1 degree off, tilted to the right. So one of my friends who is has a lot of experience messing with CRTs and adjusting the yoke and all that. He's gonna come by at some point in December when he's visiting his family that lives near me. He's gonna come down and he's gonna help me adjust the yoke, because you gotta like play with it while the TV is on. And so, yeah, if you don't know about CRTs, it can be kind of dangerous messing with them with the case open because of the high voltage, of course. But he said that the part that he has to adjust isn't even that scary high voltage part. So I have faith, and I'm excited to make it look even better, because I love playing on my CRT. It is so much fun. And yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Because at first, you know, I was intimidated just by the service menu, but it really is pretty straightforward. It's not too bad at all. 1, 2, and 3. And it's interesting too, because depending on the TV, like your service menu, 1, 2, and 3, all of the options might not even do something. So like if you have a nice TV, basically all of the options will adjust something. But on like a very small TV, for example, the thing is all of these, like the brand will share the service menu for all their models, but they won't give you all the functionality. Bang, bang, and bang. So I was very happy to see that my TV does basically everything does something, which is quite nice. And if I want to go crazy, 1, 2, and 3. If I want to go crazy, I can even go in and play with the color settings a lot more than like the basic menu allows. So yeah, lots of stuff I'm going to mess with this holiday season. I'm excited. One, 2. As far as what I've been playing though on my CRT, it's still just been well, the next game I'm gonna play is probably gonna be maybe Dirge of Cerberus, because it's a game that I never played as a kid growing up, and getting to play it now on a CRT is quite exciting. 1, 2, delay, and 3, 4. Let's down her. That was good damage. I like that. Down her again. And down her again. And just kill her. Alright, that's Karakuri. But yeah, Dirge of Cerberus, if you don't know, is a spin-off. It's a Vincent Valentine game. So he just plays Vincent. It's like a shooter, third-person game. But it takes place way after FF7. It is in the future. I think, and I'm pretty sure it's even after Advent Children, which is also post-FF7. So you wouldn't want to play it if you don't know the FF7 story already, because, you know, obviously it's after that, so it would spoil things. And, you know, I'm very spoiler conscious, so rest assured, I don't talk about any kind of spoilers like that. Even when we're playing Stellar Blade, you know, most people who watch my channel have probably already played the game. But, you know, I think we're always getting like a couple new people every so often who are like, it's their first time playing the game. So that's why, and I mentioned this before, but that's why we don't spoil boss names in the hit counter. And that's why you should be very, you know, you should always be conscious of not spoiling others anyway in chat. But yeah, I do my best, like when I'm reading messages, if I see a message, if we're like early game, 1 and 2, 3, if we're like early game, and I see a message in chat that's a spoiler, I'll just like not read it. I could still answer the question broadly, but I will make sure I don't read it aloud. Because especially on YouTube, 1 and 2, 3, especially for YouTube, the platform, right, where a lot of people will just watch on their TV, because, you know, the YouTube TV app is really good. 1, 2, or they'll just watch on their phone. They might not necessarily be chatting. Dodge. Oh, that's a hit. That sucks. Add the hit. Oh, that was a mistake. I let that rip by accident. Let me heal up. I did not mean to do a slash there, but it's okay. Not a big deal. Dodge that. 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna down Demo Crawler here. I'll do a Shield Breaker. That's most of the shields out of the way. Okay, we're really low on energy. I don't like that. That's very good, though. That'll charge us up for a burst. Get some damage in. Get close to phase 3. 1, 2, and 3. And in fact, if we time this correctly, we're going to get a nice retribution at the very start of phase 3. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's get in there and charge some energy. I'll just do some aerial strings. 1 and 2. We'll do the retribution. Is anybody getting a Christmas tree? I was helping my parents with, you know, moving in a Christmas tree, and, you know, so I had, like, tree sap over my hands. Tree sap, I don't know, there must be some trick to getting tree sap off your hands. But I felt like I had to wash my hands, like, not even joking, like 10 times. Just to get them clean. Because, you know, obviously I try to keep my controllers as clean as possible, which is why you might see me on stream. I'll always have, like, a microfiber towel that I clean my hands with in case my hands start to get sweaty. Because I want to keep my controller clean, especially when you're using something like a DualSense Edge. These things are not cheap. Although they are on decent sales right now through the PlayStation Store. If you're looking at getting a DualSense Edge, highly recommend. The only big complaint that I've seen people mention in other review videos under comments is that the grips will start to eventually kind of lift and peel off. These grips right here, the rubber grips. That hasn't happened to me though. I'm sure, I guess it will eventually, but you know, I've been good so far and I've been using this thing a lot for over a year and a half. So, a good amount of time, I would say. But you know, I am kind of like neurotic with this kind of stuff where I keep it as clean as possible. I always wipe it down. As soon as I'm done playing, I just wipe it down. Nothing crazy. I don't go in-depth cleaning it every time. I've only had to clean it in-depth once. Just because, like, around L1, like, you know how because L1 is kind of engraved? You know, like your finger, like oil and dirt from your fingers will just eventually cake up in there. So, that stuff, you do gotta clean every so often. Anyway, here's UN. Here's the part in the fight where 1, 2, this is where I should kind of start focusing. So I can't just autopilot anymore. 1, back up. And 2, 3. Down her. Go for a 3-string. Nope. Give me a 3-string. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Double jump. 3 attacks. Land. I whiffed one of the attacks. It's okay, though. That should put her into phase 2. I'll just charge a little bit. Not going to beta chain. Just a little bit of regular beta charge. Try to time this well. 1 and 2. Dodge. Nice. Okay, it hit. That was good. It connected. So I like that. 1, back up. And 2, 3. Here come the projectiles. I'm going to run away a little bit. It's going to be 7 projectiles, and then I'm going to do a delayed dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dodge. Nice. As you can see, very big delay on the dodge. Because you're dodging the shockwave, not the dive kick. Not the dive kick, the shockwave. If you keep that in mind, you'll be fine. Probably a 5-string here. Oh, insta-kill already? Okay, I don't mind that at all. I do not mind this in the slightest. But yeah, man, I'm really excited. Even though I'm not looking to getting a Steam machine myself, the only thing I'm slightly interested in would be like the Steam frame. I'm just excited for other people to get to play with that stuff. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, damn it. I forgot. That's a thing. That's our 3rd hit. I always forget about that unblockable at the end of that string. Oh well, it's okay. 1, 2. I like this. I can always use more burst. And the repulse is even better, to be honest. Because I get free damage in as well. Look at how efficient that was. That did so much damage. And here is another insta-kill. Which should basically seal the fight. But yeah, I finished playing Budokai 1. I'm very happy. I did all of the story missions. I did Legend of Hercule, which, dude, if you haven't played Budokai 1 in a long time, you might have forgotten what Legend of Hercule is. Look it up. It's pretty funny. There's some great cutscenes from it. Or the dialogue, rather. Hercule's voice acting is amazing and all that. It's excellent. Or Mr. Satan, as you might know him. Hercule slash Mr. Satan. But yeah, Legend of Hercule is essentially just Hercule beating up everybody at the Cell Games Arena. Although, you know what's kind of cracked about Hercule in Budokai 1? Is that instead of having a Ki Blast, which I think that in every Budokai game, he doesn't have Ki Blasts, he just does a kick instead. He calls it like a... He says some insane voice line, but he does like a dynamite kick style thing. You know what Hercule is, if you've never played Budokai games? Hercule is essentially Dan from Street Fighter. Literally, in fact, his kicks are very similar. So if Dan has a similar kick to Hercule in Budokai 1, and it's good because it actually pushes enemies out of the ring. If you do the actual Tenkaichi mode where you do like World Tournament, you can win by ring out, which can be frustrating. can be frustrating when you lose like that, but you can also just cheese people with Hercule using that. And man, I remember as a kid grinding Budokai 1, getting Breakthrough. I got the Breakthrough capsule for every character. I remember Popo's voice so well. Because you gotta open the shop 1 and 2 like 100 or so times to get more than that. Probably 1,000 times to be honest. 1 and 2. But yeah, it's a good time. 1. Anyway, here's Raven. 1, 2, and 3. I'll try to lock in a little bit because we have a good pace going, so try to get a PB here. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Delay and blink. Get a shield break. Nice. 1 and 2. 1 clash. Okay, we'll take it. 4 parries left. I gotta do a lot of damage. How can I do a lot of damage real quick? Let's do one of these. And then some of this. Nice. That worked. I just didn't want to waste the retribution. Dodge. One, 2, 3, 4. Delay and unblockable. I'm gonna down her. And I'm gonna rush in with a chain. Rush chain, but not beta. 1, 2. Nice. Let's do a retribution. She's almost certainly going to wake up Tempest here. So I'm not going to risk anything in charge. I'll do that, but that's it. There it is. Dodge. Oh my god, I did it so early again. I did the same thing last time. I just have not practiced it since. My internal timing is completely off. That sucks, because that would have been... You know, we were on a good pace there. If we just dodge that, we're good. I might have to sit down and actually practice that for like 5 minutes just to remember, because I seem to have forgotten the timing a little bit. 1 and 2. It's so funny. That happened last time, bro. Come on. Come on, Gino. 1 and dodge. Get a little bit of burst. Oh, yeah, greedy. I've lost focus, as you can see. I had my hit there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Delay and blink. One and 2. Charge some burst. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and... Oh, we got a shield break mid-air. That was kind of cool. 1, 2. Clash. Perfect, because I did not want the parry string to continue. This is not going well. I need to really mess her up here. Do some more damage. Okay, we got her to phase 2. That's good. She was tripping over a little bit. Done. Get that. 1 and 2. Nice. So, we're not at full health, but it doesn't matter, because the only thing that could possibly kill me would be Tempest, which would one-shot me anyway. 1, 1, 2, and 3. Kind of nervous about the Tempest now, but I'm gonna down her here with this. Wake up Tempest. Wake up Tempest. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delay and unblockable. Down her. Probably wakes up Tempest here. No laughing string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Unblockable. Okay. Down her again. Down her again. Where's the Tempest, woman? Dodge. That works for me. She had to get it in there at the very last frame. So, okay. And you see, I was even trying to cheese her out. I was trying to kill her with the gun. But I'm pretty sure she is truly invincible. When she does Tempest, I think... You know, I've never tested this. I have never tested this, but... Similar to how... Okay, so like, you know when other bosses are doing their insta-kills? If you shoot at the boss, like, for example, Providence, which we're about to fight, when they're doing their insta-kill and they've got the 6 projectiles around them that you... Sorry, the 6, like, targets that you gotta shoot down. If you shoot at Providence's body during that sequence, you don't do damage. He's invincible in that part. So, I think Raven functions in the same way that while she's doing a Tempest, if you shoot at her body, she doesn't actually take damage. So all I did there was actually make the Tempest come faster, because if you attack her during that stance, she just does it earlier. But anyway, here's Providence. Let's get a 5-hit PB. 1, 2. That'd be a nice little, you know, bump from our 8-hit PB. 1. 1, 2. Delay and 3 and 4. 1. Down him. Charge a little bit. Oh, we only got 1 charge off that, unfortunately. Here's the repulse. This is great because I want the burst. I'm gonna shoot him down. Even though he doesn't show a weak point, he does take extra damage from ranged after a repulse. 1, 2. Down him again. Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna save my energy. Because he's about to go into phase 2, right? Just about? Yeah, there it is. So I saved myself 3 bursts right there by not doing the counter chain. Now we will work on the shields again. Get that down, get it started. 1. 1, 2. Any opportunity to charge, I want to. 1, so we'll keep charging beta. So every parry, you should just take it. Take every parry opportunity you get. Here's another repulse. More damage. And what I really want to do now is I want to work on getting another triplet. If I can get a triplet, that'd be awesome. 1. Don't do... Ah, he did it. Okay, well... Yeah, had I managed my energy better, I probably could have gotten him to do the insta-kill a little bit earlier. It's okay. Or not the insta-kill, I mean, I wanted to do the retribution earlier, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. But yeah, 5-hit PB. I'm content with that, to be honest. Our PB for a while off on my online series was also 5 hits. And we only recently beat it. So, that's nice. I'm content with that. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this last bit. In case this is your first episode watching, just in case you didn't know. In boss challenge, only in boss challenge, you cannot dodge or parry in this sequence, so I just run away. Because yeah, oh, I still took a hit, but you don't take damage, so that's why I don't count it. And the game really does screw you out of being able to do anything, you know? And that's Providence. Nice. I'm glad we got another PP. It kind of just keeps working out where I get one every time, which is, you know, some luck to that, so I'm happy about that. But damn, that Raven thing was disappointing. Before next episode, I'm going to make a slight effort to just go in and practice her for 5 minutes and just learn that timing again a little bit. And it's all because of that one day. I forget which episode it was. I think, no, it was the last one. I did it kind of sleep deprived, and I messed up. Literally, if you remember that episode, I think I died to it 2 or 3 times. So we did we redid Raven a few times in that episode, and I just kept dying just to the Tempest because it's a one-shot kill. So that internally screwed up my timing, so I gotta come back and like relearn it. Just I'm doing it slightly too early. I don't know what it was. Normally I look at when the screen starts to crack. I use a visual cue personally, but if you wanted to, you could count it in your head as well, like or you could look for when she starts to disappear. There's all sorts of cues you can use. You can use the audio cue, but I've practiced it a lot just in the past without any audio, because I forget what I was recording, but I was doing something where I didn't have any audio, and so I was just looking at the visual cues, and that's how I kind of just learned it myself. But we'll come back with an even better PB next time. Either way, I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and save this as a new PB and record as PB. Perfect. And I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one. Peace.